to my Decepticons. We are here for the final ranking of October. Today we have Megatron.
The leader of the Decepticons. Do as he commands or else.
Bow down. Let's see here, just waiting. Yeah. Of course, knowing the rules. Of course, talking about the legend himself, Frank Welker. We'll let you go first, Fresh.
I mean, like, why I only got like Welker and Weavings? Because again, like, since you guys are the actual experts, so
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I was saying. You could go first to express your opinions.
All right. Well, yeah, like the voices are very, yeah, very unique. One of the many iconic voices for him, of course, to pull off. But yeah, the raspiness in order for him to capture this most like both intimidating and hammy at the same time, but it's still one of the most important voice roles for Frank, other than well, Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget, because yes, like bring up as many repertoire in voiceover. It's a good fit for Megatron to stand out as a villain to be feared and one of the best villains in the world of media.
Excellent. And you, Christian?
Being the OG voice, of course, he is by far the number one best Megatron ever. I mean, because he started it all. It's really awesome. I got you his Megatron in the G1 movie, and he did really well. And what he even did more well was in Transformers Prime. That Megatron is extremely menacing by design, his personality, the voice. Oh man, this is by far the best ever Megatron like I've ever seen. And Frank Welker nailed it right out of the ballpark.
My words exactly. Like, because with Frank Welker, before knowing about the G1 show, it was how it was with Transformers Prime. Is how I got introduced to his Megatron. Like more like demanding, more like evil, like more evil than ever than G1 precisely. And this is everything about his personality in that show. But with G1, it was a good. It was a good start for Frank Walker because at the time he was known for playing Fred Jones and Megatron at his time, like his two good roles. But yeah, Frank Walker, yes, Chris is nailed out of the ballpark. And about Frank, he voices Megatron at any time, especially in what do you call it, Family Guy and Robot Chicken.
I was just about to bring that up for Family Guy because one, Meg from of course Family Guy was actually named Megatron because Peter was like fooling around, and he was referenced because Peter's telling Brian, "You're as bad as Negatron." I said Megatron, and then it shows Megatron a bunch of Decepticons. He's like, "Do as I command, and we'll defeat the Autobots once and for all." And then hands over to the brown Decepticon named Negabot. He's like, "Nope, it's not gonna work." And Megatron's like, "Oh, come on, what are you talking about?" And Negatron is like, "Autobots always win. You think they always win, but we always lose." I'm taking this from a woman that turns into a canoe. When you see me on Charlie River, you'll be warning me. But yeah, it's pretty awesome that they hired Frank Walker just for that scene specifically. And it did it again in that one scene where I don't remember what it was. Peter's like stealing something or whatever. Like Joe looks like Chuck Peter to like a board, and he's holding the headset to Megatron. He's like, "Do as I command." And it's like, all right, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I believe that was an episode about like them trying to steal from Carter or somebody else.
Yeah, yeah.
But okay.
I was agreeing with you, Fresh. Yes, that's the correct episode. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's personally my say so.
But yeah, with Frank Walker, I'm not surprised, him voicing Megatron because again, with Fred Jones, he played him in Family Guy where he said the B word. That was really surprising by Frank.
Yeah.
What else can you say? He is the god of Megatron. He's megatastic. All right, going forward, Hugo Weaving, of course, Fresh. Your opinion first.
Well, well, one of the many, of course, passable things about Michael Bay's Transformers. I did see the first one like a while ago when I was like really, really little and stuff. But I guess like Hugh Weaving was kind of like on par with Welker. I'm not gonna lie, especially like when I was seeing like learning, trying to learn more about like the characters from, of course, freaking Watch Mojo with the top 10 list. I believe that like on the jazz section when like it was explaining how he was killed by him, like splitting him apart, like, hey, you want a piece of me? No, I want two pieces. It's like, oh Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
You, and you, Christian.
And turn on me, bro. Don't want to talk about my mouthful.
Okay. Oh, while you're doing that, I'll just express my opinion. So yeah, with me, I have my different opinions with the Michael Bay, universe with their Transformers films and everything, and then changing actors throughout like the Transformers itself. One was Megatron, either going with Frank Welker or Hugo. But I will admit this, Hugo definitely proven himself to be a good Megatron, and as Fresh said, like I'm part to like Frank Welker. And really surprised at two of his other works, like Red Skull from the MCU. He was only the first actor. When it was like to Endgame or like Infinity War, that was a different actor. And of course, Happy Feet and anything else. But he's a good actor and good voice for him overall.
I didn't know he was in Happy Feet.
Hmm.
Okay, now I can say this Megatron was my introduction to Megatron overall, and of course, since I got introduced to the franchise through this movie, I was not disappointed with this Megatron. He is really awesome by design, and the voice is very scary. I don't remember if I was afraid of him when I first saw him as a kid, but of course, I found really cool nonetheless. The fact that Hugo got to voice him in Transformers 1, 2, and 3, and yeah, again, he did really good. I'm glad that he got to voice him, and some of these other designs is a bit questioning, like his tank slash jet mode in the Revenge of the Fallen, and then to a old rolled out truck in the third one. He's still a pretty good Megatron.
Awesome. And from you and Christian and Fresh, where would you put him?
Megatastic.
Got you. All right, so this is where we take over. All right, Christian, would you like to talk about Fred Tatasciore?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so even though I have never played War for Cybertron or Fall of Cybertron, which we mainly played in, I played the Wii version called Cybertron Adventures, where you can play as Autobot Decepticon because they're like missions, and of course, Megatron has two missions. One is like the he's the first Decepticon mission, and he's the last Decepticon mission. And Fred Tatasciore, yeah, he makes him sound really menacing and really bad arse, and I like how really mean he sounds. I did his design too. Like even though like it's like misshapen shoulders and stuff, it's still really cool. And the hover tech is not bad, but yeah, Fred really did good.
Yeah, I have to agree because again, yeah, I never played the game as well, but looking over the voiceovers or just the game footage I saw weeks, um his Megatron is like really badass. The dominance out of his voice is him like vengeance and all that against Starscream and the others. And not to mention, not only Megatron, I was playing Ratchet and Triptychon and anybody else, fantastic. And just him referencing the line from like the G1 movie, like Corporation. This is like bad comedy. I like that, especially the voice.
Of course,
So yeah, go ahead, Christian.
hey,
All right. Let's go to Beast Wars with David K. Yeah, so before playing Optimus Prime, he first got to play Megatron and Mini Media. And yeah, it was Beast Wars how I got introduced to his Megatron. And I gotta say, despite the show, I really like the voice and design for this Megatron.
I never saw the show either, but I got used to his JK and Transformers Energon, and his design is not too bad. Of course, some people might have a problem with it, but I don't mind it. It's not too bad. He had another voice actor, but I think he passed away. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but yeah, that's all.
Wait, hold on. Which MIDI did you say for the other David K. Megatron?
Oh, Transformers Energon. He had a second voice actor.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
that was Trevor Duvall. Like, yeah, he took over for only a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's still alive. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, good.
I mean, what else can I say about David K's performance? Like, because yeah, he's one of the few people to play Optimus and Megatron, which is really good for his status. So yeah, for my opinion, I would put him in B.
Cool.
Speaking of Optimus and Megatron, Gary Chalk. So Gary Chalk got to play Optimus many times. One of them was Beast Wars, but also in Beast Wars. So what do you call it? The Predacons or the Megatron, they found like what do you call it? The ship of like the G1 Decepticons, and they found footage of like Megatron. And Gary Chalk was trying to do his own impression of like what was it? Yeah, of Frank Walker. It's good a bit, but it's not really all that much. Then again, replicating a voice from like G1, I really don't blame him.
Well, I never heard his voice, but I'll take your feedback as a one-ish.
I just put him in D. D. All right, Christian, would you like to talk about Corey Boy?
Yes, I do. All right, so Transformers ended up being my first cartoon ever watched, and one of my first Jerry J. White shows I've watched besides T-Chance 2003. Corey Brain was my introduction, and this one, boy, this Megatron is really awesome. Like design, voice, personality, especially the voice. I like because if you listen closely, the reverb kind of goes up and down a bit, and Corey, oh my gosh, it's just icing on a cake, man. I don't know what else to say. And also his Cybertronian mode is very, very, very close to his favorite design from the first movie. It's really oh man, I can't like how awesome this is. And he used the same tone of voice when voicing Malware and Benton Universe, so that's pretty awesome. Both being Jerry J. White shows. And I used to have a toy of Megatron, specifically the Cybertronian version, because it came with a pack with Prowl.
Awesome.
Yeah. But you, Blitz?
Me, okay, with Corey Burton's version, because I first got introduced to Corey Burton in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. But when I saw his version of like Megatron, it's very different from the others. It's not really raspy or like deep. It's more like in the sense of like, yeah, how you said Malware. Others I could take from this is like Count Dooku and Dracula from Marvel. It's just like his voice is very sinister-like. I like that.
Yes, indeed, yo.
Of course. And of course, what's on us, Christian?
Megatastic.
All right, let's see here. I'm gonna pick. Let's see here. John Bailey. So John Bailey, yeah, he's known for playing Soundwave a lot, especially in the Bumblebee movie, Transformers One. But in this one game, it was called. If I'm going back here, Transformers Tactical Arena, where he got to play Optimus Prime, Megatron, Brawn, Shockwave, Soundwave, and Starscream. And I gotta say, that's a lot of roles to take in. He does really good impressions for these characters.
I've never heard his voices because I never even heard this game until now because it's a 2022 game, and there is also a 2021 game as well.
But yeah, when I heard his version of Megatron, it's really close to Frank Welker, but I heard like more Jim Cummings in his voice, like similar to like Darkwing Duck and Robotnik in a way.
Yeah, I could agree to that if I heard it, but I'll take your pick, Blitz.
Yeah, I would put him in B. All right, Christian, what talk about Mark Thompson?
All right then. Okay, I watched a little bit of Transformers Star Wars, but not that much. But I have heard his Megatron through YouTube clip. It's kind of close to Frank Welker's version, and my introduction to Mark Thompson was in TMNT 2003, where he voiced a few characters, and of course Chaotic, which is another for kids show, and he done other works. But yeah, Mark Thompson. Um, he's he's a little bit of my favorite, but not that much. But he does not like compare to the other versions of Megatron that I know and love.
I gotta say, I'm gonna disagree with you on this. He does not sound anything like Frank Welker in a way. If anything, he sounds like a off-brand version of Fred Shores, just a little bit lazy, but still going for the deepness of the voice.
Oh, okay, so you're saying that you don't like his version at all?
Because when I also was hearing from the clips earlier, whenever he started his lines, he almost sounds like a pirate for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But
I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm gonna figure out where you're gonna rank him.
no, that's it from my side. That's just my opinion with Mark because he's a very cool for kids voice actor overall. There's some roles that work for him, some not. But I mean, Megatron, it's mutual for me. I think he did decent.
So C or D?
I would put him in C.
All right.
All right, let's see here. You ever watch the show or like saw clips of Transformers Combiner Wars, Christian?
No, but I've heard his voice a tiny bit. Who's his voice actor?
Oh yeah, so if I go back here, just gotta find his name real quick. His name is Jason Monoko. So yeah, when I heard his version, it's really good. It's in the same level as Fred Tesher and Hugo Weaving's. Like it's really badass.
Well, I'll take your pick. Even though I'm not a fan of the show that much, the voice is okay for me. But since you're saying it's positive, I'll say it's positive.
I would put him in A. Very good voice. Hey Christian, would you like to talk about Rory McKen, like who voiced him in Transformers Earth Spark?
All right. Now when this trailer first came out, of course Megatron shows up, but for a surprising moment, he's actually a good guy. I'm serious. Like, he's not like leader. I mean, he is a Decepticon, but not like the leader anymore. Like, he came good, and a lot of people saying that the reason he's good because of the IDW comics, which he's an Autobot now. But yeah, and the way the voice is I don't know how to describe it. Like how it's very similar to, but yeah, I think this Megatron is pretty interesting. I like the design. I like that he has a.
Oh, he'll be back real quick.
Okay, but I can still talk about it. But yeah, I like they brought his dual blade helicopter bow from anime, which is pretty awesome, I must say. And the fact they have a third season, which I thought they're gonna cancel, but I'm glad they got a third season. Plus, because they brought back Prowl, which I did predict, for the voice, which I'm really proud of. But yeah, I haven't seen much of the show. Like I see some episodes on cable, but I might like start watching the episodes on Paramount Plus, maybe, but who knows? But yeah, this Megatron is all right.
I will have to agree with you, Christian. It's a little bit odd that now he's like best friends with Optimus, even though in the past they have been like brothers to each other. But now that they're fully like not Orion Pax or like D16, they're like Megatron and Optimus. It's kind of like weird a little bit that because now Starscream and Soundwave and the others like take over for him.
Yeah.
But what I liked about like those Decepticons in that show is like they got Steve Bloom back as Starscream.
Yeah, that was pretty dope, and that's the second time that Steve Bloom. Well, no, actually third time because if you count World War 2015.
Yeah, that counts. So yeah. I was shocked about the actor that played Soundwave. Like Yeah, Christian, because you watch Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. He voices his actor also voices the professor from Diamond and Pearl.
And yeah, his Soundwave is actually pretty dope. And once we do a ranking of Soundwave, I will talk more about that. But for now, we can wait.
Yeah, but yeah, with Rory, he's what do you call it? Other works he's done is like he's mostly known for Game of Thrones. What do you call it? He was in if I'm checking back here. Oh yeah, he was in Jumanji: The Next Level from 2019, and he's also in the Knuckles show.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Hmm I mean, positive
So
takes like. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I didn't know you were talking about. I'll let you finish.
No, I was gonna say positive takes from like his works gone.
I was going to say, even though it's pretty decent, I'll put him in B.
Got you. Okay, let me just do something real quick, and then I'll come back to this. Just have to find his name real quick. Oh yeah, Daniel Royal Dawn. So he voiced him in Transformers: Robots in Disguise, 2001. Okay, his Megatron is really, really good. The voice is really nice and everything. Like, not all that too evil, but it's really decent. But the design of it, I dig it. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's very like different because he's a Predacon. I mean, he was a Predacon in Beast Wars, but him as a dragon was unexpected. I think I still have a toy of him, but parts of it missing. I didn't realize that was Megatron because I didn't never watched this guys until now. So now I know that I had Megatron the whole time. But not only is he transformed to a dragon, a two-headed dragon at least, he has different forms like a bat, a hand for some reason. And yeah, only in the show, I don't think the toy does it that you can transfer into a car, which is pretty strange. But yeah, his version is okay.
Yeah, I would put him in B.
And now for the moment of truth.
Yes. Last but not least, the new voice of Megatron currently for the movie Transformers Run, Brian Tyree Henry, who you may know from playing Miles Morales' dad from Spider-Verse. He was also in Eternals, but nobody gives a shit about that movie. But yeah, it was after Rise of the Beast, the movie from 2033, is when they announced the cast with Chris Hemsworth playing Orion Pax, Scarlett Johansson playing Alita 1. So what do you call it? And then when I saw Brian's name as like Megatron, I was like, oh wait, this is the guy from Spider Verse. I wonder why they picked him out of all people. But after seeing the movie recently, god damn, proven dominance, like being brothers at first, but it's all because of Sentinel Prime. He got to this like path, and when he went to his full potential of evil, I agree with everyone when they said this. He acts like a young Kratos.
Yeah, I agree too. Even though I'm not a fan of Kratos, I hate a little bit of it. But okay, I've seen the movie yet. I saw some scenes which I shouldn't spoil myself, but Instagram is to blame. But it's okay. But man, his first form and the rest is really good, especially when he's full on Megatron. It's very, really superior. And man, I was not disappointed of hearing Brian Terry Henry as Megatron, even though my only role I knew him from was from Spider Verse as Miles' dad. But yeah, Megatron slash D16, yeah, he's pretty dope. And what's really interesting about his Cogos form, his head sculpt is based on the Marvel comics.
Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah. But after seeing the end credits and everything, they have to make a second one. The first one was just amazing overall. Uh, oh yeah. If you want to hear the story of how he became the leader of the Decepticons, do you know, or do you want me to tell you?
Oh, you can go ahead.
So basically, you know that scene where they get captured and Shockwave is having his moments with Bumblebee and everything.
Yeah.
So he what do you call it? So what do you call it? D16 got his cuffs and everything. He's basically arguing with Starscream and everything. They get into a whole fight. He starts choking Starscream. He basically breaks half his voice box, and he basically gives this whole speech about dominance and getting revenge on Sentinel Prime, and every Decepticon follows him.
Wow, that is Wow. I did see that scene where he's about to punch him, but his arm cannon pops out.
But yeah, towards like almost the end of the movie, Soundwave, Shockwave, and Starscream, they see him destroying Sentinel, and yeah, they all fall into his lead now, which is a good like origins. Like everything about this movie is a good origin story overall.
And it's crazy the fact that even though we're not talking about Starscream ranking, which we should soon, what do we call it? The fact that he was technically the leader of the Decepticons first, like he always said in the media, I am the true leader. So now we know the true reason why.
I mean, yeah, but overall, like for Brian, really surprising performance, and to add to this, he's the first black actor to voice Megatron.
You're right, he is. That is really dope.
Uh huh. But yeah, overall, I would put him in Megatastic. And that was the ranking for Megatron, leader of the Decepticons, of course. I hope everybody enjoyed the stream, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.
Adios and happy Halloween.
Yep.